Both EGR and catalytic converters cause similar emission failures. Lack of power, rough idle, and generally poor engine operation are just some of the symptoms. A good place to start is with scan data. Key on engine off, look at the EGR data bits. Compare the DPFE, the delta pressure feedback EGR sensor, to vehicle-specific specifications. You can see ours is within spec here. Idle should only show a small increase in voltage on the DPFE. In this example, voltage is too high. It's indicating EGR flow at idle. You need to suspect a leaking or a sticking EGR valve. Leaking EGR valves can cause engine misfires. This is very common on Fords. The only DTC may be for the misfire, and you will not have any DTCs for the leaking EGR. Very common, as I said, for Fords. After testing at idle, a test drive is required to completely test the EGR on Fords. This chart's going to help us analyze the scan data. This is normal for the vehicle speed in the green there. This chart is only accurate with a normally working DPFE sensor. The sensor has to be good to make this chart usable. This is a closed-loop feedback EGR system. The PCM commands a duty cycle based on DPFE voltage. This example has low DPFE voltage with high EVR duty cycle. This isn't normal. It's indicating high EGR vacuum in an attempt to get EGR flow. T in a vacuum gauge and measure EGR vacuum at the EGR valve. A duty cycle of 90% should have a vacuum between 5.6 and 6.9 inches of mercury. If vacuum is low, check the vacuum source and the EVR valve for restrictions or leaking. If the vacuum is normal, suspect that the EGR valve is plugged and check it. Make sure the EGR valve isn't plugged. In this example, we're showing you EGR passages that are completely carboned up. They're plugged. And this can cause engine misfires. Once again, it's very common when we have high EVR duty cycle and low DPFE flow, low EGR flow. It's very common on Ford in that situation to have engine misfires with engine misfire codes but no EGR codes. Here we have low EVR duty cycle with normal DPFE. It's caused by high exhaust back pressure. You need to go to exhaust back pressure testing. If scan data indicates EGR is wrong, clean or replace the EGR, and don't forget to clean the passages out. If the engine has low power and the EGR appears to be working from your testing, go to back pressure testing. If the vehicle has an emission failure and the EGR is working normally, go to converter testing.